Hello and welcome to our YouTube video on the book summary of The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. In this video, we will explore the key concepts and valuable lessons from this self-help classic. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the magic of thinking big. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. First, let's learn a bit about the author David J. Schwartz. He was a renowned motivational and self-help author who believed in the power of positive thinking and its ability to transform lives. Through his work, Schwartz aimed to inspire individuals to reach their full potential and achieve success in all areas of life. Now, let's explore some key concepts from The Magic of Thinking Big. The book emphasizes the importance of having a positive mindset and believing in oneself. Schwartz argues that our thoughts have a significant impact on our actions and ultimately shape our reality. By thinking big and setting ambitious goals, we can overcome self-doubt and limitations to create the life we desire. The Magic of Thinking Big provides readers with practical tips and strategies to cultivate a success-oriented mindset. From managing fear and developing confidence to improving communication skills and building strong relationships, Schwartz offers valuable insights to help individuals unlock their full potential. Throughout the book, Schwartz shares inspiring examples and stories of individuals who have applied the principles of thinking big to achieve extraordinary results. These real-life anecdotes serve as powerful reminders that anyone can overcome obstacles and achieve success with the right mindset. The Magic of Thinking Big teaches us how to set high goals and achieve them through positive thinking and strategic action. It provides practical advice to boost confidence, overcome obstacles, and unlock our fullest potential. The Magic of Thinking Big unveils why believing in ourselves is a pivotal key to success, and how we're each capable of achieving any of the goals we've always dreamed of. The author's methodology is supported by his work as a professor and leadership counselor, as well as by his innumerable interactions with people and businesses that have seen both sides of the success-failure coin. The Magic of Thinking Big gives you several starting points to develop and strengthen the most important trait of successful people: believing in yourself. The first thing you need to know about The Magic of Thinking Big is that it was written in 1959. The author, David Joseph Schwartz, was born in 1927 and died in 1987. That's why this book does not quote countless studies or the latest scientific research. This doesn't harm its message at all, though. No matter whether your life goals are incredibly big and daunting or fairly small and achievable, chance are you've thought, where do I even begin? More than once. The author suggests you start by creating a mindset in which you feel 100% capable of achieving whatever you set out to do. Why does this work? Because once you start believing in yourself enough, your brain will spark the creativity required to achieve your goal. These ideas could have been the roots of what would later become positive psychology. One McKinsey study quoted in the book states that what management and societal leaders are looking for most, when working with people, is the drive to move forward. People are looking for this attitude because it makes sure you persevere in the face of failure and adversity, instead of running away at the first roadblock. Now David presents us with several strategies to improve your self-belief and confidence. The first is to constantly work on your creative thinking skills. As opposed to just memorizing facts, which will only help you in certain situations, creative thinking will help you solve any kind of problem you will face. Your brain can assess and adapt to any situation because it stays flexible. David suggests 3 things. Always be open to new ideas. Learn something new whenever you can. Ask yourself, how can I do a better job today, every day? For example, it might seem useless to you to learn Photoshop if you're working in a car dealership, but if it's fun, do it anyway. Adopt the mentality of, who knows what it might be good for? In this case, you could easily use your new graphic design skills to create a bunch of awesome Facebook ads that can help you sell a lot more cars. The second strategy is to shut down the negative voices in your head. With the news reporting mostly on horrifying events and everyone around you only complaining, negative thinking is quite the norm. However, you'll find naysayers are almost always unsuccessful or just average. You can do this by writing down a pep talk that reads like a commercial where you try to sell yourself to yourself. Focus on what makes you different, For example, that you're funny and make people laugh at work all the time. Read it out loud once a day and in quiet whenever you feel a bit down. Chances are you won't become a success all on your own. Usually people around us lift us up in a way. That's why you should treat everyone you meet with respect. Even if they act crazy, they might just have a bad day. But just like you want to be treated like an important person, so do they. Note: the author suggests to treat everyone like they can make or break your career. Thinking that way causes me anxiety, so I rather adopt Kid President's philosophy. Treat everyone like it's their birthday, even if they don't deserve it. The next piece of advice regards your peers. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, and while you can't change the people around you, you can change the people around you. So be sure to create an environment of high-quality people for yourself and only take advice from the ones that have gone where you want to go. Note: Jeff Bezos from Amazon didn't have a lot of successful friends, so he just surrounded himself with books. By reading biographies of successful people, he felt like hanging out with them. Another important factor is your attitude, which will be reflected in the way you walk, talk, and behave. Attitudes are mirrors of the mind, and people always catch on to what's going on. After all, reading body language has been how we survived for thousands of years. 2 things you can do to improve your attitude include always doing what you think is morally right and always dressing well. The former is powerful from the inside, because you believing in your work will make sure you take pride in it. The latter is powerful from the outside, because it makes you and others feel important. No one is born confident, yet everyone can learn it. Fake it till you make it is true in this case because you can control your emotions by behaving the way you want to feel. So sit in the first row, make eye contact with people, and walk faster than others. Just like dressing well, it will make you look important on the outside, which in turn will make you feel confident on the inside. You might have heard the saying, winners find solutions, losers find excuses, and it's true. This is where the book comes full circle, because believing in yourself is what creates the difference between trying to find someone to blame when things go wrong and looking for a way to try again and be better. So how do you turn all this into action? Take a 2-step approach: plan and execute. Write down a detailed, step-by-step plan with instructions how you'll do each step and a rough idea of when you'll complete it. Then, get to work and study your setbacks. Don't waste any energy beating yourself up. Just try to learn from what went wrong and take the next step. The final argument of this book is that the only difference between successful people and normal people lies in their self-belief and confidence, which causes them to persist long enough for them to achieve success. The magic of thinking big asserts that creative thinking is the driving force behind success. Those are the individuals who truly deserve to immerse themselves in this remarkable book. Anyone who wants to know how successful people become successful. Anyone who's interested in achieving their goals, whether short-term or lifelong. Anyone who wants a method for sustaining long-term happiness. We are surrounded by people who seem more successful than us and who earn more money than we do. We may think, what do they have that I haven't got? Are they just smarter? In The Magic of Thinking Big, author David James Schwartz says it's a matter of mindset. Successful people think bigger. They believe in themselves, have a grander scale of imagination, and see bigger possibilities. And they behave accordingly. They have magnetic attitudes, prefer action to waiting, and learn from every setback. Learn the strategies and techniques that successful people use. Get some mental stimulation. New experiences generate new ideas. Explore interests outside your occupation. Interact with people outside the mold of your social circle. The behavior of thinking big. By default, take action. There are a lot of great ideas and plans floating around out there. But if you don't act, nothing will happen. Successful people take decisive action on their ideas. Action takers understand that action cures fear. If you're nervous about something, often starting to do it makes the anxiety melt away. Conditions are never going to be perfect, so don't wait for perfection to act. Don't use things aren't perfect right now as an excuse for inaction. Now is the default time to take action. Not someday, not tomorrow. Taking initiative means taking action without being told to take action. This is universally respected and sought after. Find a victory in every setback. Highly successful people use setbacks as fuel and motivation to move forward. Successful people handle setbacks productively. They salvage something from every failure. They find the lesson and apply it. They don't blame others for a setback. Instead, they ask themselves, what could I have done differently? They try something different in their approach if things aren't working out. It's great to be persistent, but you also have to experiment with different ways of doing things. Even if the setback is someone else's fault, go easy on them. Don't expect perfection from people, since this sets you up for disappointment. Figure out how you can adjust yourself to match them. Set specific goals for a motivating target. Goals are energizing and motivating. They give you a target to work toward, and you work harder than if you're aimless. Big thinkers set and achieve goals with these key strategies. Figure out what you really want to do. You are only going to be great at something you can put your whole heart and soul into. Visualize your ideal future 10 years from now in 3 areas: work, personal/home, and social. Make progress one step at a time. Every big accomplishment is the result of a steady series of little accomplishments. Create a 30-day improvement guide. Set little goals for yourself for the next 30 days to build positive new habits and destroy old bad habits. Create a magnetic attitude. Your facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language all convey your attitude. Other people pick up on your attitude. If it's negative, you drag yourself down and look bad in the process. Successful people convey 3 attitudes. Enthusiasm. You have to be enthusiastic if you want anyone else to get excited. Approach little interactions like handshakes with energy. Spread good news with joy. You are important attitude. Others react positively to you when you make them feel important. Service-first attitude. Give people more than they expect. Think, what can I do for other people? This builds a loyal customer base and social group. Think like a successful leader. Successful people are often in leadership positions, but they didn't get there alone or by luck. They have the support and cooperation of others. Develop as a leader. Follow 4 guidelines. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Try to think as they would think. Think about the human way to handle a situation. Treat other people with basic human decency. Have a progress mindset. Keep the attitude that there's always room for improvement. Take time out away from all the noise to think things over and confer with yourself. Make your environment first class. Your mind is a product of your environment. The people you surround yourself with, the clothes you wear, the neighborhood you live in, the food you eat. Your environment changes how you think. Improve your environment to improve how you think. Take a look at the people in your life. Tune out the negative people and seek out those who think positively. Go first class. From restaurants to furniture, surrounding yourself with quality helps you feel and look successful. Often, choosing a first-class option doesn't cost much more, but it makes you feel much better. Look important. Dress in a way that makes you feel proud and important. Let's continue exploring the insights of this remarkable book to gain further knowledge. 1. If you believe you can accomplish your goals, others will start supporting and believing you too. Everyone has goals throughout their lives. These range from small tasks, like cleaning out the garage before the weekend, to life-changing achievements, like saving $20,000 in 10 years. When you are ready to start working toward your goals, you may wonder, how do I even begin? The best approach to overcoming this daunting question is to start by believing in yourself. This means honing a mindset in which you feel 100% capable of doing anything you set your mind to. This works because once you start truly believing you can accomplish something, the mind releases creative power, the mental focus necessary for finding ways to accomplish your goals. The more you believe in yourself, the more creative power is released. This means even the most challenging goals, like becoming vice president of your company, become feasible as long as your level of belief matches the task's difficulty. Believing in yourself also creates another great advantage. Other people start believing in you too. This is what a study by the McKinsey Foundation for Management Research found. They interviewed business, government, science, and religious leaders to see what types of people they preferred to work with. And their most desired trait in a candidate? A sheer desire to get ahead, a trait which is contingent on how much a person believes in themselves. This desire or belief is what societal leaders associate with success. It's what keeps individuals motivated, regardless of any hurdles they encounter. This is a perfect quality in a candidate because it means they won't give up. By simply believing you can succeed, your mental power will shift to help you get the job done. And as a byproduct, you'll create a support system by inspiring others to place confidence in you. 2. Instead of memorizing facts, do what successful people do and sharpen your creative thinking skills. You might be familiar with the term knowledge is power, which means that the more we know, the more we can do. This saying fails to distinguish between the two types of knowledge, fact memorization and creative thinking. With fact memorization, you learn pieces of information and store them in the brain to be recalled later. But many of these remembered facts end up like old boxes in a garage. You only access them when you need what's inside. 3. Eradicate all negative thoughts by thinking and acting positively every day. In today's society, negativity is everywhere, from murders reported by the news to advertisements that try to make us feel fat or ugly. But it's not only the media being negative. Even the people closest to us often spew "you can't make it, so don't even try" propaganda. For example, your best friends might start criticizing your dream of becoming president of a company. After a while, we get so used to negative thinking that it feels normal. Our negative thoughts work like mental monsters. The more we let them into our psyche, the stronger they become, until they completely overpower our positive thinking. For no one is an island. Success depends on the support of others, so treat everybody with respect. Have you ever had a coworker be mean to you for no reason? Naturally, your first reaction would be to brand them as angry, or maybe even crazy. What you have lost sight of, though, is that they're just like you, and chances are they're only reacting against you because they're being affected by something else going on in their lives. 5. From the friends you keep to the advice you take, ensure that your environment is of the highest quality. You're probably familiar with the phrase, "you are what you eat," which implies you should follow a healthy diet if you wish to have a healthy body. That same idea applies to your mentality. The way you think is influenced by what you see and hear. Your living space, your friends, what you read, all of these act as mind food and are instrumental in influencing your thought processes. Six. Watch your attitude. It's speaking for you even when you don't open your mouth. Sometimes when you're speaking with a friend or significant other, you can tell when they're feeling uncomfortable or down, even if they choose not to talk about it. This is because our attitudes and outlook on life are always clear to others. How are we so good at detecting this? Because for millions of years, our evolutionary ancestors had no language. Communication depended on understanding body and facial expressions, not words and sentences. We can read attitudes because in the past this ability helped keep our ancestors alive. 7. Destroy fear, the number one enemy of success, by building confidence. The advice "fear is all in your head" is often given to help people overcome their hesitancy toward entering situations they're uncertain about. But whether or not one's fear is self-created or legitimate, the fact is that fear does exist. And it can become the number one enemy preventing you from being successful in what you want to do. Failures are eager to find excuses for why they fail, while successful people are eager to find ways to try again. Everyone has their own unique take on the classic statement that there are two kinds of people in the world, two types of people we can all generally identify with, though, are failures and successful people, those who have failed to actualize their potential, and those who have made themselves a success in their career or lifestyle. 9. Reach your goals via 2 steps. Devise a plan and, as you make progress, study all setbacks or mistakes you encounter along the way and NBSP. If you're someone who knows what you want to do in life, it was probably pretty exciting to reach that realization. But on the path to success, that's the easiest part. Goals are easy to generate but become pointless without action. And before taking action, you need to solidify a plan to make sure achieving your goal can become a reality. In conclusion, the magic of thinking big is a timeless guide to personal and professional growth. By challenging conventional thinking and encouraging readers to dream big, David J. Schwartz inspires us to take control of our lives and create our own destiny. You can easily discover the link provided in the description section below, through which you can acquire a copy of this truly remarkable book that is sure to captivate and inspire you with its profound insights and engaging narrative. Thank you for watching our video on the book summary of The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. We hope you found this overview helpful and inspiring. If you found this book summary helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more book summaries and self-improvement tips to help you achieve your goals and lead a more fulfilling life. And share this uplifting summary with someone who may benefit from hearing them. Leave a comment down below if you've read this book or have any other recommendations for us. And also don't forget to explore our curated playlists of book summaries covering various topics. Stay tuned for our next video where we will be discussing another impactful book. Remember, the magic of thinking big lies within you. Until next time, keep dreaming and achieving your goals. Goodbye.